This is just another example of the cowardice of Hollywood. They care so much about approval. They care so much about money. They care so much about not being canceled themselves, even by a small group of people, that they are willing to pull support from an organization that exclusively and effectively helps end sex trafficking and rescues victims of sex trafficking. How much better, how much more moral and courageous would it have been for Melissa McCarthy to be like, look, I'm not going to agree with every single stance that every single founder of every single organization and charity has made. But this is an organization, I've looked into it, I've done my research, that does really great work to end sex trafficking. This is a really big problem. And anyone who stands up against this, anyone who tries to rescue victims of sex trafficking, that is an organization that I want to support. And I understand that not all their views are going to align with my views. Not all their views are going to align with your views. That's okay. That's going to be true of the majority of charities. But she didn't do that. Instead, she made the ridiculous she apologized and made the ridiculous statement that Exodus Cry, the organization that fights against sex trafficking and rescues girls and boys from sex trafficking, stands for, quote, everything that we do not. Everything that we do not? So are you saying you're for sex trafficking? Like you're for the rape of children for profit? That's such a ridiculous, stupid, thoughtless statement. The fact that there were people applauding her for this great apology, that she showed so much honesty and morality and integrity. Are you kidding me? This was the most cowardly thing that I've ever seen. How small of a person do you have to be to do something like this? I mean, it's so embarrassing for you, honestly. I mean, this just makes me so mad. This makes me so mad that there is a group of people that everyone is so afraid to offend. Everyone is so afraid that that group of people, that those activists, left-wing activists, are going to ruin their lives and to ruin their careers, that they are willing to lay everything down on the altar of progressivism. That includes children that are in sex trafficking. That includes any good cause, as long as it means that they won't be canceled by people, as long as it means that they don't offend this small minority of people, as long as it means that they can stay in the good graces of the progressive left. They are willing to lay down anything on that altar. It's really amazing how self-serving Hollywood is. And they love to parade around like they are moral betters. Like they are the people who can teach us virtue, who can teach us about generosity and integrity. Please, for the love of all that is good, do not take your moral cues from people like Melissa McCarthy. Do not take your moral cues from Hollywood. These people are so vapid. They're so empty. They're so self-contradictory constantly. And yet they feel like because they pretend to be other people for a living, they somehow have a platform and have a place to tell us how to live our lives and to tell us what is politically correct, what is morally correct. Please, if you idolize anyone in Hollywood, if you idolize anyone, but especially anyone in Hollywood, if you are getting any of your moral cues from them, your political cues from them, your worldview cues from them, stop. Stop it right now. It's going to lead you in a stupid, bad direction. It's going to lead you in the direction of apologizing for supporting an organization that fights to end sex trafficking because the leader has some Christian views. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.